Shalom, David Sparkwitch here, myhebrewmentor.com. If you're like most people who come to this page, you probably have a desire to learn to read the Bible in its original language. Perhaps you describe yourself as a truth seeker who enjoys studying the Bible and who feels inwardly drawn to the Jewish roots of your faith. If I described you accurately, know that you're not alone. The typical seeker who frequents this website has had what I would call a smattering of biblical Hebrew, typically just enough to be dangerous. Their sincere desire to learn this amazing language oftentimes is matched with feelings of being overwhelmed by the complexities of the language. Why is it that approximately 98% of biblical Hebrew language students would say they are somewhat dissatisfied with the fruit of their many hours of study? They have a thirst to learn more, but are mystified as to how to actually get there. Allow me to paint a clearer picture for you. Every new Hebrew student is first presented with a text that is read backwards from right to left, the complete opposite of how English is read. Students are told they need to memorize an ancient consonantal alphabet, which is made up of 22 mysterious and unrecognizable shapes. They typically are taught there are only 7 vowels to memorize. What they may have not been told is there's actually 17 different variations of these vowels. They must all be mastered in order to read with proficiency. See, ever since the 5th century, the Masoretic vowel pointing system has been represented by a dizzying array of dashes and dots, which seem ordered in perplexing and somewhat confusing combinations. If the student manages to learn the nikudot, their vowels, which most do not, they will eventually discover they must learn to recognize the 30 different Masoretic accent markings of the sages, which govern such things as word stress, degrees of pauses, reading stops, and even cantorial notes and tonality. Truth be told, there are actually very few people outside of Judaism who end up ever learning biblical Hebrew at even an intermediate level. In order for you to reach proficiency using traditional methods, it typically takes between 6 to 10 years of hard work, and most often requires the student to obtain expensive and time-consuming advanced degrees. Ultimately, learning to read the Bible in ancient Hebrew, it's a lot harder than you may think. Let me share my own story with you. Back in 1992, I was a young college student who was beginning my first year of biblical Hebrew at a theological school in the Washington, D.C. metro area. My class began in the fall with 23 students who, like me, were bright-eyed, excited, and full of vision for what they would accomplish that year. And then the suffering began. By the end of the first year, due to the difficulty level, there are only 5 students still in the class. By the end of year 2, we were down to 2 people, me being one of them. Fortunately, this grueling experience was not the end game for me. It provoked me to begin searching for an easier path. I believe that learning tools could be designed which would equip people with the necessary skills which could position them for a lifelong enjoyment of biblical Hebrew. My Hebrew quest has taken me to various regions of the country, has led me through synagogues, Jewish educational institutions, Christian colleges, and numerous online Hebrew learning programs as well. I can honestly say that this journey has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I'm still on this journey today. If you intend to succeed in learning biblical Hebrew, you would like to do it in a fraction of the time required by all the traditional methods and without breaking the bank, then you will most certainly need the help of a skilled Hebrew mentor and guide, someone who is both a clear, proven communicator, who's also strong in the technical aspects of this complex language. You may be fairly new to Hebrew, or perhaps you're someone who has tinkered around with Hebrew for years, but you now find yourself exhausted and perplexed by the slow progress despite your best efforts. You are not alone. Maybe you're in the ministry and you value learning Hebrew for its powerful ability to add substance to your Bible teachings and sermons. I've met some former seminary graduates who remember studying Hebrew in grad school, but due to the passing of time, their Hebrew skills became rusty and out of practice. I've discovered that some of these people require my help for only a short period of time. The valuable tips I offered them have helped them to reframe their Hebrew learning journey in pivotal ways. Others want and need a more consistent helping hand. They'd like a teacher, a friend, to help them avoid the many pitfalls. someone who will assist them in their journey all the way to the summit. You can personally identify with any of these real-life scenarios. I believe you've come to the right place. I'd strongly encourage you to click on the button at the top center of this page, which is called Schedule Free Assessment. Register with me for a complimentary 15-minute Zoom call. This is where you'll receive a personalized, professional biblical Hebrew language review, which will highlight where I personally believe you're at in the Hebrew learning journey and what the recommended best practices might be in order for us to begin moving the needle towards achieving your Hebrew learning dreams. After watching this video, I would welcome you to scroll down to read some of the 5-star reviews that I've received from my current and previous students. These are all people, just like you, who have benefited from the unique method of learning that I've engineered. They each went on to achieve maximum results with minimal frustration and without breaking the bank. This unique, accelerated approach to biblical Hebrew has enabled them to enjoy the journey, accomplish their objectives, and have more time for the other important things in their life. If you're wondering if this program will work for you, I would urge you to click on the button at the top center of this page, which is called Schedule Free Assessment. You'll have the opportunity to answer a few multiple choice questions, and we'll be able to then auto-schedule a cost-free 15-minute Zoom consultation with me at a time that works best for you. I look forward to connecting with you soon to hear firsthand about your own Hebrew language journey. You'll have the time to share both your ambitions and your goals. I will then take the time to document any obstacles that have previously tripped you up. I'm always ready to create hand-tailored solutions that will enable you to reach your personal Hebrew learning goals. With myhebrewmentor.com, you have every reason to be able to make serious progress in the next 60 to 90 days and learning what the sages have called Lashon HaKodesh, the holy language. On a final note, if you're worried about the affordability of such a program, I want you to know I've gone out of my way to make this program affordable for literally everyone. Mentoring packages start as high as $250 per month. They go all the way down to the $15 per month Yarash Lite digital subscription service. I firmly believe if someone really feels called to learn biblical Hebrew, lack of finances should never be a hindrance. So remember to register for your complimentary review today while there is still availability. I look forward to connecting with you real soon. Shalom, my friend.